walking the Woodard Bay Trail. You'll like this one. It's fun. Do you like this one?
I love this one. Not only do we get to the forest trails, but there's also the beach and maybe some seals.
Might not be able to see them with this lens, but there are some seals.
I brought the binoculars.
Whoopee! So you'll see clams, birds, river otters, great blue herons, evergreen huckleberries. What Washington is known for at night are these guys.
There's a lot of them.
There are. You don't want to walk around at night barefoot in the yard. You might step on one of these things. Bad, bad, bad. Looks like forest primeval, doesn't it? At any moment, I expect dinosaurs to come flying out of here. Or, in our case, Bigfoot. We're still in search of Bigfoot. Haven't found him yet. Still looking. Who's whistling at me?
Not me. I can't whistle. All right, that's enough.
This looks like a woodpecker tree. See all them holes? All the way up there. Look how tall it goes. That's a lot of woodpecking. All kinds of life in a dead tree. This trail is about a mile, maybe a little over a mile, and it'll take us out to a cove. And in the cove there'll be a beach, some rocks, and that's where actually they cut a lot of these trees down here and loaded them up on a small gauge railroad, brought them out to the cove, and we'll show you the dock. That's what's left of the dock and the tracks, and then they would move the logs from there onto barges and move them down the Puget Sound. X marks the spot. Don't know what that means. Hopefully it doesn't mean they're going to cut this. Uh-oh, we got an obstruction. Obstruction up ahead. Luckily, I can walk over it, but...
So can I. You have many talents.
Woohoo! We're really, really nice out here. Very peaceful, but you know what? Every time we hit a trail, we always seem to hear a plane or a helicopter. I don't know if you can hear that one, but there's one now.
That's the second one.
We're invaded by aviation. Not a good day for that one. Might not be able to see it, but that's part of the bay. It looks like it's low tide. I can see a ton of mud. We'll work our way down there and give you a better shot. Karen calls this her favorite tree.
I love how the moss just drips off of it. It caresses the tree. It's beautiful.
It's huge.
It is huge. So many branches. It's very old. It's older than me.
Can't be older than me. Going between these trees. Show them how big those things are. That's
Feel me. See me?
a lot of oxygen coming out of here.
Getting smarter. Smarter.
Some swampy areas out here. Sure, there's some kind of wild something or other living in this soup. The primeval soup. We came off the wooded path. Now we're on this asphalt path. It's going to take us over to the bay on either side. I don't know if you can hear, but there's a lot of birds.
And that's where that crow got that shell.
There goes the crow. I thought they loaded them on a barge, but they didn't. They just kind of threw them in the bay and off they went. There's the tracks. They load those logs on, put them on a train, take them down to the bay. So here we are at the end of the bay.
Into the bay.
And we do wear masks because around here there's some people. Even when we were walking the trails, when we passed people, because those trails are tight, we'd have to get over. They were wearing masks, and so were we. So
Most of them.
most of them. So it's a no-brainer out here. You don't want to get the corona. You can still even get the corona.
I wore my mask, which is green to blend in more with the trees and the forest.
And I wore mine to be patriotic.
Which means I'm not. Doesn't mean I'm not patriotic.
She means that she's a nature lover.
Yes.
And how? Karen spotted a couple seals out there. I can hear them. But that's the what's left of the railroad trestle, or whatever you call it, where they would dump the logs into the bay. I guess they tied them up and then they'd float them down to Olympia. Because you float it out all the way at the end of this thing, you end up back in Olympia.
And there's bats living in the
What a lovely place for a bat to live. See that island over there? Can you hear the birds? That's where they roost.
Hundreds of them.
Hundreds and hundreds. And you don't want to walk over there. Well, you can't sometimes because they close it down. But when they do open it, we did walk through it and we'll never do it again. Because
It smelled very bad.
really bad, really, really bad.